Hey guys, so we have some of Ultra Kid BUU'S abilities here. This is a bit of a different way of them to reveal his kit here, but I'm assuming the main reason why they decided to reveal the character like this and not via a traditional reveal and stuff is because they're probably just focusing their efforts, their time, the resources on the anniversary at this point. We are now just a month away before the anniversary officially begins, and we always have these dead periods before the anniversary, so I do expect this to probably be the final big release before anniversary. And if we take a look at the prior two main characters to release before big celebrations, aka Anniversary and Legends Festival, being Beast Gohan, Tag 17 and 18, they're typically pretty damn good, so I expect this Kid BUU to be no exception to that. So we will go through this page. And as a reminder, this character is releasing on Sunday, April 30th, not today. So a bit of a, I guess, change up in the schedule. One other thing I want to mention also is that we do know that Purple Super Saiyan 3 Goku is getting his unique equipment at some point. We're definitely going to be getting a download before Sunday because the character has to be added into the game, right? So I actually do not know when Purple Super Saiyan 3 Goku is going to be getting his equipment, because it could be at the same time they decide to do the download for this Kid BUU. It could be next week. I don't know. I thought it was going to be today, but it was not today because they actually didn't even do a data download at all today, which is extremely rare for them to do. So I think it's just a bit of a scheduling thing that got, I don't want to say got screwed up because this is probably exactly how they planned it out, but it's a bit strange. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here. So we should have most of the main info. This BUU'S main strength can be summarized in one word: recovery. Even after taking damage, BUU will be able to stubbornly recover any lost health. Okay, that sounds promising. That's not all. It has plenty of offensive abilities like Blast Armor, Articore Draw Speed Up, Special Cover Change Nullification, and Endurance Nullification. This Ultra character combines an excellent offense and defense with a powerful time type unique gauge. Element Yellow. I mean, that is exactly what I wanted, to be honest. And you guys have heard me talk about this many times. So let me first things first. Let me pull up the teams. Regen, we got powerful opponent, and I'll pull up. I'll humor the development team by pulling up the Majin Buu Saga team. Is it good? We'll see. All right. So yellow, right? This is exactly what I was hoping for, but then the more that I thought about it, I began to become a bit concerned about him potentially being yellow. And the main reason why is because I think it is about time. Let me actually pull up the full list here. It was about time that we finally got a solid, like, game-altering yellow release. Haven't gotten one in a while. The last one we got was Ultra Super Vegito. No character since Ultra Super Vegito has been a game-changing, like, best character in the game contending yellow character. There just hasn't been one. And so what that did is that allowed this character to just run rampant for the past 4 months without really being, you know, put in check by any character. So I think this is good in the sense that Gogeta Blue will finally, hopefully, be seeing not his maker, but a character that at least will deter people from just mindlessly slapping him on every team. But the issue that this presents is this actually allows for an even more annoying character, in my opinion, with Ultra Rose Goku Black to be even stronger. Right now, the team I like to run, post God rank grind just to maintain my God rank and just have an easy sort of like stress-free time in God rank, has been Ultra Hit Leader Slot. He's just my favorite character this year so far. He still is. Rose Goku Black Ultra, of course, and then the Purple Trunks. And then what you do is you just create a core of the team based around Future. And honestly, it's mostly because of the Zenkai buffs, and it's just because of Green Mai. Green Mai's Z ability is just way too good. They refuse, for whatever reason, to give other teams a 25% HP Z ability buffer, even though Green Mai has been in the game for almost 5 years. It's asinine, it doesn't make sense, it's ridiculous, it's beyond stupid. If you're going to have Future be a tag that gets buffed every 2 months, it would be a little bit fair to have other tags also granted access to a 25% HP buffer, but whatever. So The reason why I'm a bit worried about this is because I feel like this character, at least in the current meta in terms of like the viable and competitive characters, this Rosé is easily the most annoying character in the game, and it's not even close. It's just a very annoying character to fight against, aggravating, whatever you want, whatever verb you or adjective you want to use to describe Ultra Rosé here. This Kid Buu being yellow allows for this character to become obscenely broken, because the biggest counter to this Ultra Rosé has been Gogeta Blue up until this point. And even with Gogeta Blue being the most used character, this Rosé is still seeing equal use, pretty much. I pretty much run into the most common team that I see by far has been Ultra Rosé on leader slot for Fusion Warriors, which of course includes Ultra Super Vegito and then Ultra Gogeta Blue. Ultra Gogeta Blue is there to counter Rosé, but now that we have a yellow Kid Buu incoming, which again we'll see for ourselves in a second here, but probably a contender at least for best character in the game. Kid Buu able to cover this Rosé's weakness to purple characters, like you just and also okay, so also we know that he has a lot of healing capabilities and sustain capabilities. You put him on the future team with Green Mai's ridiculous HP buff plus some Zenkai buffs. Like this is looking scary. If this Rosé is just going to be an uncontested like slaughterhouse of a character, we're not going to be having a good time in this game. I'm just going to tell you right now, we're not going to be having a good time. Nobody is, unless you just don't like fun, I guess. All right, so enough dawdling here. We know he's yellow. We got that out of the way. But I do think it is good that he's yellow because Gogeta Blue has just been the best for too long. So, all right, main ability. In addition to restoring own health, this powerful main ability inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrades. So draws the Ultimate Arts card Universal Destructor next. He restores health by 25% and ki by 40. Inflicts all enemies that we downgrade minus 40% to health restoration, plus 30% to damage received, and minus 1 to arts card draw speed level for 20 counts. Okay, just off the bat, it doesn't really seem like a ridiculously broken main ability here. I might as well at this point pull up Rosé as well, just so that we can compare the most recent Ultra to the Kid Buu. Ultra Rosé's main ability, I would say, is quite a bit better, and it's mainly just because of the type neutrality. It's a very powerful effect. So I would handily give Rosé the edge in terms of which of these main abilities is better. Z ability, great for regeneration and powerful opponent. 20. So the last Z ability. So at 14 stars, he's looking at 5% to special move damage for regeneration, 42% to regen or tag powerful opponent, strike attack, and defense. So it looks like he is a strike character, which is definitely good in terms of shutting down Gogeta Blue, which is what this character should be designed to do. Ultra ability, get a powerful buff in regeneration parties, even if Buu is not. Okay, so it looks like it's a regen. What is it, like Resonance of Force regeneration is what this is going to be called here. If this character is not the leader, applies the following effects self per regeneration. Yeah, okay, so it's regen, and then you get extra damage and key recovery. I'm at the point right now where I actually just despise ultra abilities in general. I don't think they should exist because it heavily restricts the character once we get more and more ultra characters. So for example, I've been having a lot of trouble. I'm trying to create a Majin Buu Saga team because this is the team that they're promoting during the Majin Buu Saga celebration, of course. And with the Zenkai that we received, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm just going to quickly explain. Because the Zenkai we received for this yellow Goku and his Z ability being yellow blast attack and strike attack, and his Zenkai ability being yellow Majin Buu Saga, it's really hard to find a spot for this character to fit on the team because this character needs Fusion Warrior party members. And if you put him in the leader slot, you're going to be stuck with the other two characters that are not going to be able to receive benefits from this character's Z ability and Zenkai ability combo. So it's just very annoying building teams around these ultra abilities. So I just wish they would do away with them at this point, because the ultra ability as a concept was something that was developed and created before the leader slot was even a thing. So kind of annoying now. All right, so strike attack is pierce through enemy damage reduction effects on hit. Gain attribute upgrade minus 10% to enemy sustained damage code effects for 10 timer counts on hit. That sounds like purple Jiren, green Jiren. I think they both might have this actually. Let me just quickly check because I don't believe this is a new mechanic. Where's green Jiren? Did I go too far? No, here he is. All right, so purple Jiren, strike card effect. Yeah, this is the same. So this Kid Buu literally has the same strike card as purple Jiren. Okay. And it also has blast armor, of course. By the way, we are at the point right now where I would say that I am expecting pretty much every melee type character to have blast armor. We have gotten to that point for sure. All right, and then we have the blast card, which is the blast card is that's strong. When you have both strike and blast doing this, wow. Because even Jiren doesn't have that, right? He just has 10 ki. I mean, that's really good, but to have this stack up as much as you can off of the strike and blast effects, that's powerful. This green Jiren doesn't have that either. Yeah, he has the same thing on strike, but on blast is just normal. Okay, that's strong. We're off to a good start with Kid Buu here in terms of him looking pretty good offensively. The blue card, if the unique gauge is full, restores ki and vanishing gauge and even inflicts no switching. Come on. No switching. Gotta throw a cancer ability in here somewhere. Alright, so deals massive explode damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation, restores ki by 20, restores own vanishing gauge by 100%. Destroys all enemy cards on hit. And it's a melee attack because it has blast armor. Inflicts all enemies with no switching for 3 timer counts upon activation if this character's unique gauge is full. This is insane. Because this is on activation. So what you can... I mean... I'm going to keep on pulling up characters here because the best way I can describe what I'm picturing in my mind is by referencing characters that we are familiar with. We're familiar with this character. Tag Goku. They've been in the game for a year and a half. So the Goku side of this, on activation, gets 70% vanishing gauge. And we know how good this is because we had to deal with this character for many, many months on Mono Purple being ridiculously strong. And we know, in particular, just the blue card, this Cosmic Rush Goku side of the character, this blue card, we know how strong this is. I'm really glad this is only twice, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how ridiculous it ends up being. What you're going to be doing with this blue card is you're going to be waiting for your opponent to jump and then pressing the blue card and then either nailing them because they went for a card right away, or they're going to dodge, which is fine because then you just get your full vanish back, right? And then it sort of just becomes a coin flip. Here we go. I can already, before we even look at, so all we've done is we've looked at the blue card effect. We've looked at the blast, strike, and main ability. And I can already tell you right now, this character's cancer. I can tell you immediately, instantly. This is one of the main reasons here. Because here we go with the coin flip mechanics. I despise coin flip mechanics. The reason why this is a coin flip mechanic is because, again, you wait for your opponent to jump, you press this blue card, even if you miss the blue card. Because this activates upon activation, you have your vanish back, and it's a coin flip of whether or not you're going to jump, whether you're going to attack right away, whether your opponent's going to jump, whether your opponent's going to attack right away. So you have to make the correct decision. Even if you decide to back up, your opponent can still nail you. So when you're dealing with these close range vanish restoration mechanics like this, things just become completely luck based, depending on what you think your opponent's going to do, and then you making a decision based off of that. So we'll see. Destroying all enemy cards on hit is really good, but I mean, whatever. And then when your gauge is full, you get no switching for 3 counts upon activation, by the way. So what you're probably going to be doing with this blue card is, if your gauge is full, you do the exact same thing I just talked about, which is you wait for your opponent to jump, and then you press the blue card, getting your vanish back. And then if they jump, they're locked in, you can just rush them, right? So, yeah. All right, the green card. What kind of BS mechanic we got on this? Nullify the enemy's special cover change and even convert your blast cards into strike cards. Go on the offensive with strikes after using a special arts. Applies the following effects to self-upon activation, restores ki by 4. So this is a stop time effect. No, it's not. It's not a stop time. It's not. Okay, it's actually not a stop time effect, I think. Well, let's just see. So upon activation, you get 40 ki, 20% strike damage inflicted 15 counts, changes blast cards into strike cards, and then he gets 10 timer counts worth of cover null, which we've seen this with a lot of Ultra characters. So the past, what? The past 3 Ultra characters have all gotten cover null on green card, right? Rosé, no. Well, I mean, Rosé builds up to it, but I guess it's not on green card. Hit has it, and then Ultra Gogeta Blue has it. And then Ultra Super Gogeta has it, I guess, as well. So a lot of these Ultra characters do have this effect. I guess technically Rosé doesn't have it specifically tied to his green card, but I'm not surprised this is like this. Draw a special move arts card next on hit if this character's unique gauge is full. So, I mean, it doesn't... What, is this a long-range green card? Is that what this is? It doesn't really do a good job of describing this. Because it doesn't say... Because there's no blast armor on this, right? So I'm assuming this is going to be a long-range green card, but we'll have to wait and see until like a gameplay preview goes up, because there's no description here. 40 key, 20% strike, changes your blast cards into strike cards, and then getting cover null. I mean, you know what this reminds me of? You guys know. I don't have to even pull it up. Reminds me of this. Hello? It's almost word for word, like very simple. 40 key, 20% strike damage. 50 key, draws a card. Cover null for 10 counts, 30% damage, 20% strike damage. Changes blast cards to strike cards. I mean, I'd actually say this is probably better, which is ridiculous. I mean, we knew how... I remember doing my breakdown video for the androids, and I remember saying right then and there how stupid this was. So, I mean, sure. A comboable into everything. Yeah. And then if his unique gauge is full, he draws a blue card on hit. I think this is just the tag android green card, is what this sounds like. It's worded the same way. I think this is a long range green card that is the tag androids. Same thing. Gets cover null. And you know, it's actually a bit different too. Actually, let me go back to this. You know what's one difference about this? Is the cover nullification for the androids is on hit, right? The following effects occur on hit, gets cover null. With this Kid Buu, the cover null is applicable on activation. So even if you miss this green card effect, you'll still have cover null for 10 counts. And one other perk about this as well is against characters like Ultra Broly, who can actually cover change against this, because the cover null doesn't apply until you hit the enemy. Broly can actually cover change against this and nullify this. But against this, he wouldn't be able to, because you're already gonna have cover null by the time he switches in, because it's on activation. So that's one little detail to note about that. All right, the ultimate. This powerful ultimate arts nullifies the enemy's endurance effects while also damaging all enemies and sealing their main abilities. All right, let's see. Deals supreme explode damage. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. 20% ultimate damage inflicted for 3 counts. It's a little low. And then nullifies enemies, restores health when it reaches 0 effects. Of course, every ultimate has that. The following effects occur on hit. A portion of the damage inflicted will also be dealt to enemy members on standby. Seals all enemies' main abilities for 5 counts. Okay. He's only getting 20% on this, so that tells me either they're intentionally nerfing this a little bit in terms of the damage it's doing because it's an AoE, or he's going to be getting some kind of ultimate damage buff later on in his unique ability. This is not like insanely busted, sealing main abilities for 5 counts after landing this ultimate. But this is annoying, for example, if you have an enemy down to like a very low sliver of health. Because typically what would happen is they then immediately go to press their main ability to heal. But if it's locked, you can't heal with it. So that, in that sense, it could be good. But interesting. An AoE ultimate on this Kid Buu, huh? Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the unique ability. We haven't even gotten to the unique abilities yet. Fill the unique gauge and get a massive 2 levels of card draw speed when combined with the boost at battle start. Buu has high modifiers to damage inflicted, giving it both strong recovery and high firepower. All right, what kind of monstrosity do we got? Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 110% damage inflicted. I believe that is lower than Rosé. I think Rosé is 120. Where's Rosé? Wait, is this him? Yeah. Yeah, Rosé is 120 and then extra strike damage. Only 60%. Okay, I believe Rosé is 65. Yeah, 65. Okay, so a little bit lower in terms of base stats than Rosé. He gets card draw speed, just automatically, cannot be canceled. Minus 20% to enemy sustained damage code effects is nice. Oh, he has endurance. Oh, you know, okay, sure. Yeah, just throw it on, whatever. Just give him endurance. Restores on health by 30% only once when it reaches 0. Cannot be canceled. 15% to health restoration for 60 counts. And then nullifies attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions for 60 counts. That's pretty good. Cannot be canceled. So you can't get paralyzed, I guess. That's actually a really, really good ability to have in this meta. Not being able to get paralyzed. Gradually charges own unique gauge over time while this character is on the battlefield or on standby. So this is going to be an instance where we're going to have to see how long it takes for this unique gauge to fill up. Is it going to be the same as hit? Is it going to be different? We'll see. Applies the following effects stuff when a unique gauge is full. So he gets an extra 30% damage. Okay, an extra 10% reduced damage received. He gets -5 to arts cost, and then another card draw speed level. Is that just permanent? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. If unique gauge is full after enemy attack is over, it resets to 0 and the following effects occur. Restores own health by 20%, 10% damage inflicted permanently, shortens allies sub count by 2, and then randomly destroys 2 enemy cards. But it has to be the end of the enemy attack. So after an enemy attack is over, destroying 2 cards, it could potentially be annoying, right? If you're going for like a tackle or something, and you know, you land the tackle on sidestep and you don't connect the combo, it destroys 2 of their cards. That could be annoying. Shortening ally sub count by 2 is nice. I mean, that's just what, an infinite stackable damage. Oh no, it says yeah, this is stackable because it doesn't say cannot be stacked here. So I guess you just, whenever the gauge is refilled, it's just you're getting 10% permanent damage. You're restoring health by 20% every time as well. Don't forget, he's also getting other perks from this, right? So like, for example, the unique gauge is full. You draw a blue card on hit if you land this green card, and then on the blue card you inflict no switching. So there's other perks to the unique gauge being full. Interesting. Unique ability number 2 has a special cover change against strike cards. Recovers health and ki every time an arts card is drawn for impressive durability. Plus, when the enemy activates Rising Rush, recover your vanishing gauge by 100%. And when 2 allies are defeated, nullify enemy endurance and activates other powerful effects. Okay. Sure. Knocks enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against their strike art attack. Comboable into blue card, sure. So I guess they're sort of moving away from universal cover changes, which I actually do like a lot. I don't think we need too many characters that have just both cover changes to strike and blast. Just becomes really annoying. So I'm glad that we are getting less of those, actually. Applies the following effects to self every time this character draws an arts card. 2% HP and 10 ki. Getting ki on that is really good. Remember, this guy can get double card draw speed. And he's getting 10 ki per card that he draws. That's really good. Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a strike or blast card. 10% special move damage, ultimate damage, and ki recovery. Okay. Sure. Following effects occur when enemy activates Rising Rush while this character is on the battlefield. Oh, here we go. He gets 100% vanish and he cancels enemies' attribute upgrades and buff effects. That is what, yeah, he needed that. That's the Gogeta Blue slaying ability right there. That is this guy. Our good friend Blue 17. Where is that effect on here? It's probably over here somewhere. Yeah, the following effects occur when an enemy activates... No. Oh yeah, well, I mean, it is the same. When an enemy activates special move, ultimate arts, awakened arts, or rising rush while this character is in the battlefield. Cancels enemy attribute upgrades and buff effects. Yep. I mean, it's worded the exact same way, but it's just not... It doesn't pertain to blue cards, ultimates, or awakened cards. So there's a give and take with this. There's a positive and a negative with this. So 17s obviously also applies to blue cards, ultimates, and awakened cards, which is good. But this only happens 3 times, right? which means that technically the opponent can use up all 3 charges and then rush, and then 17 won't be able to nullify the buff effects anymore. Whereas with Kid Buu, this only is applicable to Rising Rush, right? So they can't like get rid of the charge with another card or another ability. This is powerful, man. This is really good. And people are definitely going to forget about this, that he gets his Vanish back. That's going to be really annoying because like there's a lot of times where you'll Rising Rush somebody from like mid-range or something if they don't have Vanish and they can't switch. But with Kid Buu, you can't do that. So that is something to keep in mind. Applies the following effects to self when 2 allies are defeated. So he gets his full unique gauge and he nullifies enemies' endurance effects when this character attacks. So he gets the android, like the android's effect here, the red tag androids, where he just doesn't care about endurance ever. Where is that? This. He just gets this when he's the last man alive. We'll see. We'll see. So just off the top of my head, I'm not seeing like a ton of just pure cancerous abilities on this. But the one thing that is going to be really annoying, I can already see it, is going to be this. This in combination with the no switching. That is going to be... It's just going to be coin flip central. It's what that's going to be. And there's going to be instances where you actually just can't do anything against this. So we'll see how that plays out. There are the abilities for Ultra Kid Buu. I guess the only information we just don't know at this point is his stats. Because we know everything else. Like, we know his main ability, we know his unique ability, Z ability, Ultra ability, Strike effect, Blast effect, special move, green card. We know everything. The only thing we don't know are his stats. Okay. So again, this character will be coming out on Sunday, April 30th. That is going to wrap this up. We've said everything we need to say here. I'm a little nervous just because this is a character that, again, is going to power up significant. Now that we know he is actually designed specifically to snipe out, target, what is it, seek and destroy. This is a seek and destroy character versus Ultra Gogeta Blue. Ultra Gogeta Blue is like in this guy's sniper scope sight or whatever. I think that is a good thing because that character has been too good for too long. But it is a bad thing in the sense that Rosé is now pretty much going to be running around unchecked for God knows how long. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let me know down below your guys' thoughts on this character. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.